Alright, hello again. Normally I have to wait till a knife somewhat dulls before I sharpen it, but out of the factory this K-bar did not come very sharp. So I'm going to take a quick look at the edge. Again, if you looked at my factory edge comparison, you saw it wasn't very sharp. But as you can see, it's kind of just ripping through the, although it is polished, it's just ripping through the paper, not really cleanly slicing. So mostly around the belly. So again, might just be the sheath. I'm not really sure though. So whatever. I have an Arkansas stone here. This is only 800 grit. So I don't really want to. This edge is somewhat polished already. There are grind marks. I don't want to change the geometry or anything like that. I want to keep basic geometry, and I just want to polish the edge. So 1500 grit sandpaper, 2000 grit sandpaper. Basically, all I'm going to do is polish the edge. So I would normally do it. I normally don't put any WD-40 on it because I find that it destroys the paper after a while. So there already are nicks in here because obviously I have used it for sharpening, but we're just gonna try to get this knife as sharp as I can in the shortest amount of time possible. Already I can see that the grinding marks are starting to dissipate a little bit, so that's good. Now, the issue is with this, if I put it back in the sheath and then I take it out, it might just dull the edge anyway. I don't want to have a repeat of what happened to Virtual Vice, where he spent an hour sharpening the knife and stropping it and getting it Virtual Vice sharp, and then putting it in the sheath and taking it out when I want to use it, and I end up having, rolls and chips in my blade, which is not very fun. See here. Okay. Let's see if I do anything. Did a little something. Still needs a bit more work, so I'm just gonna continue on. Could I possibly go back down to 800 grit and reprofile the edge and remove all the grind marks? Yes, I could. Is it really time efficient? Not really. I'm just talking basically because I don't want to bore you guys with sharpening. Sharpening in real life isn't that boring, but when you're just listening to someone do it, it gets a little annoying. Not that I really have an issue with it, it's just, what I've come to realize. Okay, so that's definitely quite a bit sharper. Is it as sharp as I can get it? No, but it's 1095 carbon steel. Whatever edge I put on it, I'm expecting it to last a little while. Then again, with that sheath, I'm not really sure. Now, overall, I found that K-Bar's 1095 carbon steel does hold a relatively good edge. It is prone to chipping, obviously, because it is a harder steel. But it's an intermediate steel from what I'm really concerned. There are some really hard super steels that, once they damage, very hard to touch up. I know S30V, E2, those are kind of super steels. Obviously, AUS 8 on a K-bar Dozier is a softer steel. 1095 is kind of an intermediate steel. It's a basic survival knife steel. Not that I really plan to be doing anything in the likes of nothing fancy, but it does help that I do have a steel that can hold an edge. So, not sure if you can pick it up, but it is slightly polished now. Sorry for the low quality. I can't really do much about it right now as I don't have a bipod. What just happened? There we go. Nope. But wouldn't this be funny if I just did this whole video and now my knife is still dull? Awesome. This video is going on 5 minutes here, and honestly, I don't see this knife getting much sharper in 5 minutes, but I'm going to continue on anyway. Alright, now I'm not dealing with much of an edge here. I think it's a 3 1/4 inch edge. So for a 3-inch knife, I'm fine with that sharpness, honestly. It's polished bevel, I'm fine. Obviously, Aus-8 is a lot easier to sharpen. It's going on 7 minutes now. I should probably wrap this up, but there will be a review on a Doger, and I have EDC'd this knife for probably as long as the majority of people who own it. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll see. But obviously this knife is sharp too. There's a difference in the blade, obviously, between the two, but lengthwise they are very similar. Anyway, that was just a quick sharpening video. You might have noticed that I do have the K-bar handle scales. They're pretty easy to put on. It's this Allen head wrench, I believe, hex head. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Okay, yeah, there we are.